tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Buzz indeed, because we are just a mere hours away. Hours, minutes, seconds even from the last stop to the road to WrestleMania before the next Raw. And Corey's doing a cappella music. Welcome to SmackDown, everybody. You are watching us live on AfterBuzzTV.com. You can stream it live. You can also download on iTunes and SoundCloud. Watch it on YouTube. And, of course, tweet AfterBuzz at AfterBuzzTV. And tweet us, as well as other forms of social media. I'm Christian Rosenberg, at Rosenberg. Joining me this fine Thursday evening. First off, our green-haired, beautiful, luxurious, current predictions champion, Miss Kaori Takee.
Hello, guys.
I was like, I don't have green hair.
The only thing that matters is this right here, and both of you want
that will be mine after Sunday.
That was a very creepy
I know
threat there.
I was like, are you talking about me? No,
That would be mine.
And those of you listening, that is not Rome Moore. I decided to suspend Rome again. He gave him 1 week, and I was just like, nah. He'll take another week off. No, he's on assignment this week. But joining us.
What kind of assignment?
Yes, a secret one.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
But joining us this evening, one of the members of our new pay-per-view AfterBuzz crew. You can follow him at G Hermoza. It's George Hermoza. How are you, sir?
Hello, how are you?
I like your shirt. I can't even talk. Thank you.
I love Guns N' Roses.
It's about time someone complimented my Rose shirts on this show.
I love the Ewoks.
Thank you. See, oh gosh, you might be a permanent on this panel now.
Solely from that. That's it. You're playing a role of Rome stunt double tonight.
Coolio.
All right.
We have tan though.
Does he? All right. Let's get into it because we have a lot. We actually have some news and gossip to talk about later on, and then we got to do our predictions for the pay-per-view. So let's just get right into SmackDown. Starts off Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. The good old NXT.
I have been waiting for this
student.
match for 5 years since NXT first started.
They've had a match since
the teacher versus the rookie. No, I know they fought at Night of Champions 2010 for the United States Championship. By the way,
George is the Encyclopedia Britannica. Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia.
Well, you know,
like,
your mind's in the gutter, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. Right, we'll rewind it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a nice little rematch from Night of Champions 2010. But this one was non-title because none of them were the United States Champion. But similar ending with Miz tapping out to Daniel Bryan's US lock.
I ultimately think it was basically just to showcase more the issue between the Miz and Mizdow because he's telling Mizdow backstage, yo, you know what? This is exactly what I'm doing for you right now. I'm being your mentor, and then he becomes a complete jerk to him in the ring.
Because they kind of rehash it in that way where Miz was saying, hey, so he was my rookie. He was practically my assistant. Of course,
now look what he's done.
Look what Daniel Bryan. Now that can be you, but you got to be a good assistant.
And he straight made him a towel boy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, poor the Mizdow.
I don't say poor the Mizdow because he's going to have a WrestleMania match.
Yes, he is.
They're not doing it on Fastlane. We saw there's only 6 matches announced.
Well, actually, the Fastlane matches don't sound that terrible.
No, I didn't think they sounded terrible at all. I'm just saying they're pushing that. They're pushing this further down. So we're going to have it at Mania. And Encyclopedia. Has Mizdow or Sandow ever been in a WrestleMania match besides Battle Royals?
Nobody's been scratched off of Mania for
the famous
the Cody
8-person tag match.
Yeah. Poor Mizdow.
Yeah. So he'll get that shot, and they continue that little story while they were just hyping Daniel Bryan, giving him more momentum heading to Fastlane.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yep. Ryback versus Kane. This happened.
The big guy.
Yeah.
Big guy. We've seen this match quite a few times over the last few months.
Yeah, nothing great. Well,
and it was
fine.
pretty much similar ending to all the others.
Sure.
Ryback, Shell Shock, 1, 2, 3, feed him more. That was that. It really was that simple.
That's literally what the match was.
I miss Ryback bully style.
That was my favorite Ryback.
He's a great
the bully Ryback.
He's hilarious, that style.
And yeah, I would talk more about that match, except there's nothing else really to talk
Yeah,
about.
not
That
really.
match.
I mean, we can go on and on about how we all like Ryback as a bully, but you know, he's not
He's
anymore.
no longer a bully.
He's just the big guy.
He's the big
He
guy.
even said so on his belt.
Yeah. When he teamed with Ziggler had a belt that said little guy.
Oh, how cute.
Isn't it?
Memories.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
I'm being sarcastic over there.
I couldn't tell.
All right, go.
Not at all. Thank you for giving me permission to go on. Then we get into Intercontinental Champion Bad News Barrett taking on R-Truth.
I still call him Wade Barrett.
I call him Wade Barrett.
I
call him Wade
the
Barrett.
host of BNZ.
But I do the. I'm afraid I've got some bad. You do your. I want to hear you say that.
I'm just saying, someone that looks that good.
I'm
does not
afraid
have
I've
bad
got
news.
some bad news.
I can't top that.
Do it.
No.
Try it. Give it a shot.
No.
Give it the old college try.
I'm not your court jester right now. I'm not going to do it.
I'm not asking you to do it for us to laugh.
Why
I want to hear. I want to hear your version of it.
Why don't you do it?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I can't.
I know it's not going to be any worse than mine.
No,
so.
I mean, come on.
Even if you say I'm afraid I got some bad news, just say it in your version. I want to hear your version of it.
I'm afraid I have some bad news.
That was pretty bad.
See, that sounds sincere. that sounds like she legitimately feels bad about delivering bad news.
Yeah, that sounds
I
like
do,
she
I always
cares.
do.
As opposed to, I'm
I'm
afraid I've got some bad news. Like, you were excited to say that, but
Well-
yeah, hers is more.
You put me on the spot. I got
Heartfelt.
shy.
Well, I got bad news for Barrett. Since he's the Intercontinental Champion, that means he loses every match that the title is not on the line.
To R-Truth.
It seems like R-Truth is always. It seems
Yes.
like R-Truth is always going to be that guy that pulls out the win. Like, I think he was the one that ended Bo Dallas's undefeated streak
Yep.
like a year ago. He's always going to be that one guy where it's like, oh, R-Truth. So there's a glimpse of him winning. Like, if it was against, I know he's not there anymore, but if it was against Justin Gabriel or Sin Cara, you know they're not going to win.
Sin Cara beat
Actually,
Barrett.
that's true. He'd be Barrett. He'd be Barrett like him.
If he's the champion and it's a non-title match, anything is possible,
But I feel
apparently.
like if R-Truth is there, there's always going to be a chance of him winning.
R-Truth?
Yeah, it's so weird. And I mean, granted, Ambrose was there, distracting him. But why, if this is the last show before
Yeah.
pay-per-view, for an Intercontinental title match, on Raw, Ambrose one-upped Barrett by tying him around the ring post, forcing him to sign the contract. And then you have
I don't
Ambrose.
think that's legal, though, but go on.
I don't think it's legally binding, but somehow the authority is okay with it because the match is happening. And then Ambrose distracts him and calls Barrett to lose. We have back-to-back times where Ambrose one-ups the champion. How weak does the champion look heading to this pay-per-view?
He better win. But then again,
He better win.
if he wins, then Ambrose just lost to a weak guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah.
lose-lose situation. If Barrett loses, then it's like, okay, well, he clearly didn't deserve to be the champion. He's just been on a terrible couple weeks. And if Ambrose loses, well, Barrett's looked really weak, and you can't beat him. And when was the last time you won a significant one-on-one match?
When was the last time he won it? No, he lost.
Yeah, tell me when he won a last pay-per-view.
He lost there.
Exactly.
He lost there. Extreme Rules 2013. I don't know.
Yeah, when he won the United States title.
Exactly. I don't know.
So
But you like
I don't.
Ambrose, huh?
I love
Ambrose,
both of them.
I love Ambrose. I like
I
Wade
like
Barrett,
Barrett.
too.
I like
them
Barrett.
both.
Although
mean,
I don't think Alicia Fox likes Wade Barrett, but that's for the Total Divas after
Yeah.
show.
That's okay. She likes me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Tisk tisk.
Just I got to spend some time with her over SummerSlam, and she wanted to chat with me after the cameras were off. And that's right. Yeah. And then I woke up. Anyway, another Wyatt promo. These cryptic, amazing, goosebump feeling.
Is it for The
promos.
Undertaker, yes or no?
Who else would it be for?
I mean,
Who else could
Do
it
you guys-
possibly be for?
do you guys want to see The Undertaker come back?
No.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay, you go first, and I'll tell you why you're
Yeah, I
wrong.
want to see these two answers.
No, I just think I just think with Undertaker, I think he's a WrestleMania staple. I think he belongs at a WrestleMania. Of course, assuming he can go. Assuming he can go. If he can't go, then that's. I don't want him to put himself in a position where he's going to get hurt. But if he can go, then, I mean, what else really makes sense? Like I mentioned before, this year, okay, Wyatt, next year should be his last match, maybe against Sting. It should be against Kane, if anything. But, no, if he can go, then why not?
Yeah, my thing with it is, and Undertaker, and, you always hear all the interviewers talk about how he's all about the business first. And the old tradition in the business is you lose your last match. The streak ended. And this was one of those rare exceptions where he should not have lost his last match. But that's the type of guy that The Undertaker is. He ended the streak. Now you cannot have him go back and beat Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, I've been ranting this for a year now. Bray Wyatt should have been the guy to beat the streak last year, if anyone was to beat it. Because that's a young up-and-comer. That was always my argument with it.
But he would have so much to, live up to at that point.
That's true.
So much.
That is true. That is a very fair point.
Like, Brock made sense as far as that goes. That argument that she said,
absolutely, that makes sense with Brock winning. I 100% agree with that. But here's the thing: you build up Wyatt, and then all of a sudden, you have The Undertaker beat him, even though we found out now he is quote unquote mortal, and the streak is over. Does that mean he starts another streak? And then reverse it. What if Bray Wyatt beats The Undertaker? Then The Undertaker's on a losing streak at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That, again, this is just wouldn't it be great if it was just all of a sudden all these cryptic things and then it turns out it's Zack Ryder?
You just want him to rest in peace.
I think
I want Zack Ryder to have a WrestleMania match.
See, I think Wyatt beats Taker, and then next year's all about whether he can still win one more, and then he beats Sting.
You just want to see Sting.
You want to see, that was the other one, Sting, Undertaker, but then the streak ended.
Yeah.
So it's just it's obviously a big momentous match. Everyone will love to see it, but it's not going to have nearly the same type of feel.
Because, I mean, it's the same way that Shawn Michaels was. He was Mr. WrestleMania, but he lost a lot of his WrestleMania matches, yet he was still the guy that can put on the show at Mania. It didn't have to be about wins. I know.
No, but he didn't have a streak. He didn't have a 21 consecutive year streak. Well, not consecutive years, but 21 wins.
It just depends how they build it up. Are they going to build it up as just Taker at Mania, or Taker, can he still do the Mania? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's how they're going to build it up. Maybe they're going to doubt him if he's, can he still be Mordor or I don't know. But
or is it just going to be Bray Wyatt versus Mark Calloway?
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, that will never happen.
I am excited. If these are the cryptic promos, I kind of want to see a Wyatt Taker in-ring promo. I think that would be fun to watch.
I think it'd be amazing. Don't get me wrong. And the match will be very entertaining if, again, like we said, if Undertaker's healthy enough and can go. But I just feel like this match is a year too late.
Maybe.
Nah. But it's not too late. The New Day.
That's why the new.
New Day.
Oh, the
New Day. Was it possible for these guys to be lower on the card than what they already were before this faction started?
New Day.
I think they might be lower than Los Matadores.
I feel they are right now.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for these. All three of them can go.
And they're so good.
All
individually, they're really, really good.
They
you
are.
would think together.
They could be a powerhouse, and instead it's just almost comical.
And they're not. And it's one thing if you're a comical team. It's another thing when it's comical and they're not trying to be.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah. But that being said, I still like them better than their opponents tonight.
The Ascension.
The Ascension are not the most popular team right now.
They need to just take them away and repackage or something.
Well, take off the damn face paint and the weird shoulder pads. Just have them come out and brawl. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about the New Day. I like them, but I don't like them. If that makes any sense.
I do like them. There's some sort of energy and excitement when they come into the ring, but they're not made to, win, essentially.
They're not made to get over.
Yeah.
I don't know how to cheer for them.
Exactly. Because you're like, okay.
I can only shout New Day so many times in 1 minute,
And their clap along is not, for people that are musically inclined, it's not the easiest thing to do. Instead of just, there you go. You know,
That
there's
doesn't
some
sound hard at all.
maybe to us, but you listen to the crowds. There's a few thousand in there just like, I'm off beat.
I'm kind of curious if kids like them. It's all about the kids. It's always about the kids.
There was a kid.
Kids love
Do the
Kofi.
kids? Yeah.
They love Kofi.
Yeah. You just remind me of like a white guy in a dance club. Sorry. Made me laugh inside.
I'm a phenomenal dancer, so I don't have that problem.
Well,
I can't dance with my left dependent on it, and I'm fine with that.
There you go.
I don't know. Poor Kofi. I feel bad for Kofi.
Back to Kofi.
I feel bad for Kofi.
Should we talk about this match at all? The actual match?
I barely remember it, to be quite honest.
It was Ascension.
I mean,
being
essentially,
Ascension.
it was exactly what you think it was. I mean, I really hope they have more planned for the Ascension.
Really?
But I mean, they're a good team. They were good in NXT.
I loved them in NXT.
Yeah, but it's just because they were automatically brought in as an LOD wannabe. Like, that's the last thing that you want to do. You want to build. You want to be. You don't want to be the next LOD. You want to be the first Ascension.
Right.
I don't get how they just were to bring them in just like that. Oh, we're better than LOD. We're better than Demolition. It's like, oh, you automatically brought them up, and that's going to be. It's like a whammy.
Yeah,
You brought up Demolition, that's a double whammy. Now you brought up Powers of Pain, it's like, I don't know, dude.
You don't bring guys like that up unless the only exception when you're like just debuting on the main roster and you're bringing things like that up is if you are related to someone from those previous generations. Like Randy Orton had an exception there, being Legend Killer, talking about killing. Well, he's a third generation guy, so he's been around them his whole life. There's a little exception to it. This, not so much.
It kind of sucks as I love NXT, and I'm always kind of afraid. It's like, oh, well, they got to be careful who they bring up and how they bring them up. You know, there's so much great talent in NXT, so it's kind of like
So
they don't
much.
want, you have a feeling that you don't want them to be the next Ascension or Emma, you know. I think Emma had a great run in NXT, and then suddenly she's like back in NXT.
Well, a lot of it's timing too, you know.
Yeah, timing has a lot.
People were excited about Paige, and then she kind of struggled, but she picked up the pace somehow, and it fit perfectly. I mean, she pretty much came right in time when like AJ's taking her break or whatnot. Like at least we've got Paige to kind of replace that mold, you know.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
What is the chat roll thinking of this whole thing with New Day and Ascension?
Well, I was saying New Day should wear purple for February.
Oh, thanks, Green Thunder. Green Thunder agreed with me.
Why?
You asked.
Oh, God. Why did I ask?
Yes.
I love you, chat roll.
They also asked me if I've seen 50 Shades of Grey, and I was like, well, that's kind of irrelevant, but
So the answer is 4 times.
I have seen it, and it was terrible.
What?
Anastasia is a wuss. That's all I'm going to say.
In the book or in the movie? I heard the people that read the book.
Are we having an actual discussion about this right now?
I heard the people that read the book don't
Can we
like
have
the
like
movie.
the
If you
go
don't
back
read
to
the book,
topic
then don't know the movie.
button, please, or something like that? Isn't there a button for it?
New Day.
Does sex make you
New
uncomfortable, Rosie?
No, I just didn't realize that George was going to make a rebuttal over 50 Shades of Grey.
They were asking her.
They were.
How about this? The chat roll in the SmackDown after show asked her a question.
And I responded, and he also had a response.
I haven't seen it. But Ascension.
Yes.
Bring in the Dudleys, have the Dudleys, put them over. And when I say put them over, I don't just mean, oh, they have to lose to them or they have to, beat them or lose. Because putting somebody over isn't just about wins or losses. It's really what it sounds like. It's putting them over. It's making them come out a lot greater than how they started. Ric Flair was the master at that. Mm-hmm. He didn't lose to everybody, but yet every time he faced somebody, that other person was so much more over.
Why do you think there's so much praise for a guy like Barry Horowitz?
Yeah.
Because the guy barely won anything. I mean, he didn't win a single match for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. But he was just so good at making his opponent look so great.
Yeah. A lot of these podcasts that I listen to, like Jim Ross, especially Austin, they would say that, dude, these guys...
An AfterBuzz?
Of course, on AfterBuzz on iTunes. They were saying that these guys, they were a necessity. Like, these guys are like the lost art of wrestling. The Horowitz, the Iron Mike Sharps, the Broken Brawlers. That these were the guys that essentially...
Playboy Buddy Rose.
Like, yeah, exactly. The Playboy. I'm still waiting for my blow-away diet to come in the mail.
Yeah, is it sad that I remember that?
Yeah. But, I mean, these guys, they were the guys that put everybody over. They were the guys that took all the finishing moves and made these guys look like $1 million. So, I think again, going back to what I was saying, Dudley should come in. They already have Bubba. Bring back Devon. That'd be a cool little feud.
Yeah. We shall see. I mean, they're going to have to do something with the Ascension for WrestleMania. Because they're not ready in the tag title hunt yet.
I mean, based on Raw, it looks like the primetime players are back together.
Which I'm thrilled about.
Are you? Yeah.
Yes. I didn't want them to break up in the first place.
I like them breaking up.
And what happened to either of them since then?
I liked the initial idea of them breaking up and having that split, but then obviously per standards they tend
Darren
to
got
kind
hurt,
of
granted.
disappear a little bit. Slater Gator was okay. I mean, Titus helped.
They'll figure something out with Slater.
No, let me ask you this. Is it because I always feel that they always break up these teams so soon, do you have to? Why can't you just let it go? Just let them peak.
It was
same thing
getting
with,
stale though, PTP.
But same thing with Rowan and Harper. Like those guys were putting on amazing matches with the Usos and everyone else. Like, why, do they have to break them up?
That's different. I feel like Rowan and Harper were not stale at some point. You know, they were exciting. And PTPs, they're great, but after a while, it was kind of like, all right, like let's see them on their own. Let's see them do singles matches.
Well, I'm real excited about it because we're already losing two teams. Goldust and Stardust are broken up, and Miz and Mizdow are going to break up. So all of a sudden, that's a big gap. Two teams just like that gone. Bring the primetime players back in. You've already added Cesaro and Kid. Lucha Dragons should be coming anytime now. Callisto's ready to roll.
If PTP are back together, which we've kind of seen, I would love for them to do something bigger with them, and not just be a tag team, team.
Well, I love them to finally win tag titles. Yeah. Titus deserves it. Well, so does Darren.
That's
for
why
that
it was
matter.
getting stale. There was a lack of momentum with them after a while. It was just kind of. All right, let's see how they do on their own. Because Titus is a powerhouse on his own. He's super strong.
But I know why they split up these teams, because they want to see how they do singles runs. But I like it. It's so much more when it's more organic. You know, with the Hart Foundation, it was they peaked, and then it was time to split. Same thing with the Rockers. They peaked, and it was time to split. I feel like a lot of these teams, they don't peak yet. And like you said, maybe the momentum wasn't there, but again, they didn't peak. They just felt like, oh, well, let's just see how they do on the singles run. It's time. And I don't think it's time. I really hope PTP is together. Same thing with Miz and Mizdow. You can tell that that's more organic when they do finally split up. That's going to be a more organic split. So, again, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper.
Okay.
Great match.
I actually really like this match.
The match was great because Luke Harper, again, another guy that makes people look fantastic. Luke Harper made Roman Reigns look like $1 million. And
he looks like $1 million on his own, but
Luke Harper?
No,
he does.
both.
Okay.
Actually.
Hey now.
Yeah.
What are they doing with Luke Harper? He's got Cesaro syndrome.
That's so sad.
But it's true.
Don't say that.
He's just being thrown into these matches, these fantastic matches, and then lose them. Like, just had a great match with Reigns. On Raw, he wrestled Ambrose. Great match. Lost. Lose to this guy. Lose to that guy. Lose to that guy. Lose to that guy.
It's really sad. It's really tragic when you see this happening.
Because again, that's another guy where, going back to what we were saying a minute ago, he was kind of that guy from the Wyatt side, but like, man, that guy can really go.
Like, this guy's got
Let's see how he can do. It's like, why? You don't rush it. I think when they start to rush things, same thing with Roman, it kind of like less organic. Just let things flow. Just put them out there and see what they can do.
I don't know, but I mean, really competitive match. Ended up when Harper gave Reigns a super kick, who bounced off the ropes and went right into a spear, pinned Luke Harper. So more momentum for Roman Reigns as he heads into Mania. I would have thought they should have put him against someone that also had a match happening at Fastlane, because then they could have Mizdow or something, pick Cesaro. I don't know, pick a different guy that actually has a match that wasn't really being used on the show. This way you can hype up both of their matches. Here's just Luke Harper. Here's Luke Harper. Awesome wrestler. Crazy look. Fans love to watch him wrestle. But he has no match at the pay-per-view, and we'll let Roman Reigns beat him. Meh.
Maybe that's why, because they don't want to build up a guy who just lost cleanly. I mean, I know you can say Barrett, but this was 100% clean.
Yeah.
So But it was a good match. I was actually very entertained by this match. Again, Harper can always go. Roman still, he's had his moments in the past year. This is actually one of his better matches. So good for him.
Yeah,
nice little momentum against Bryan.
Chat Rule says they feel sorry for the Buzzards, and Eric and Luke are being underutilized, so they agree with you.
Well, that makes me happy.
I think most people agree with you.
Yes.
Except for me.
Except for Kaori.
Even if I agree with you, I'll just lie.
You just
disagree.
Yeah, because you don't want to agree with me. Big Show versus Eric Rowan. This happened. I mean, what do we say about it? Show beat the crap out of Rowan.
Show beat the crap out of Rowan. Choke slam.
Done.
Same thing with Rowan. I mean, he's had his, and he's a strong dude. He can easily body slam Big Show.
He's a really strong dude. He's got a majestic beard.
I feel like with him, I think they should make him where the kids love him. I mean, the sheep mask, kind of like an underdog, but yet a bigger kind of underdog, if you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't have the greatest look, but they can use that.
Is it weird that I feel like he was like the missing member of the Oddities?
Oh, the Oddities.
Yeah, just like, here's this big dude who's just not all there.
What was I watching the other day? And I was like, oh my God, the Oddities are there. I was watching like the Attitude Era Volume 2 DVD.
Okay.
And they had the Oddities. I'm like, oh, nice. Good old insane clown posse.
Oh, God. I was thinking like maybe Kurgan,
Golga, Luna Vachon.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean, typical Big Show bully match. Beat him up before the bell rings. Bell rings. No chance. Sorry, Rowan.
Yeah. Cameron versus Paige. Because Paige is mad at the fact that she asked Cameron to borrow some ring gear after the Bellas stole her ring gear. And Cameron threw her hair at her.
I mean, her exact words were, girl, bye.
And she said it just like that.
Girl,
bye.
You do like something that Cameron said. Let us hear it.
Oh, no, I just like it when she says, oh, you know, I'm all about that chingle chingle. I just like the way she says it.
Yeah.
But she's from Northridge. She's from Northridge, California.
This is true.
Big ups to Northridge.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, I went to CSUN for college.
I don't think I ever heard woo woo with a question mark at the end of it.
Woo woo. Northridge, all right, Northridge.
Yeah, so this match is taking place. Bella's on commentary, talking over each other as they always do when they're both on commentary. And, you know, it's just like, come on, let's get on the same page. Or just have Nikki on commentary. She's the one who's wrestling Paige. Paige wins with a PTO. And
love that move.
It looks really good. And yeah, at least they hyped up this match for Fastlane. There's actually been a pretty good amount of hype for this Divas title match. I'm giving them credit. I want to give them credit for that.
Well with the Divas division, I gotta say.
I think Nikki, excuse my language, I think she should be more of a bitch, if you know what I mean. Because I remember Michelle McCool, she was a biatch.
I think Nikki's pretty bitchy.
I mean, no, I think, but compared, and I know he knows he'll know what I'm referencing is years ago, Michelle McCool and the Mickie James angle. As a fan, I wanted Mickie James to beat the bejesus out of Michelle McCool for calling her fat, calling her Piggy James. I feel like Nikki should be at that level of like, there should be no redeeming quality about her. Yeah, she's pretty, but like, you want her to get her ass beat. And I feel like she can be there, but I don't know. Maybe
I feel that way for her. I want her to get her ass beat. Oh yeah, definitely.
But can they make her that big of a bully when she's doing all these other charity appearances and reality show things and things like that? I mean, it's hard enough to make her a heel, let alone like a massive bully.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking that too with everything that she does. I mean, they kind of imply it with like, oh, you know, look at what I wear, look at who my man is, look at what I drive. But the key is they imply it. I want them to actually go there. I think it could get her more heel heat and turn more divas as a babyface wanting to beat her up.
Yeah.
Funny comment. Nikki and Brie on commentary. As enjoyable as traffic in New Jersey Avenue between the hours of 2 and 6 on the weekdays.
Cameron was there in her Waffle House waitress outfit.
Oh, God.
Great.
Yeah,
That's why we love the show.
Terrible.
Lake Cool was so awesome. Thank you, Green Thunder.
Lake Cool was awesome.
Lake Cool was awesome. Flawless.
I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying.
We go backstage. We go backstage with Goldust. This was my favorite part of the whole show.
Yeah.
Raw emotion out of this promo from Goldust, saying that Stardust is a cancer and it's eating Cody alive. and I have to save him by beating Stardust. And then all of a sudden, on the little monitor behind him, here comes Stardust.
So good.
Oh, God. Corey, how long have you been doing AfterBuzz shows with me?
Really?
And yeah, just what, over 2 years now?
It's been almost 2 years or 2 years.
Around 2 years?
Yeah.
How long in that 2 years have I been waiting for Goldust versus Cody?
A long time.
Yeah, almost that entire 2 years.
Yeah.
I am ecstatic right now.
I know. I thought about that every time I see them together, or not together, or however you want to call it. I think of you too.
I mean, now if I need my fantasy to be complete at WrestleMania, where if Goldust versus Cody and Dusty's the referee.
It's kind of cute that that's your fantasy.
That's my only fantasy, everyone. That's all I got.
For mine, for all you diehards out there, I want Stardust versus Goldust with Blue Dust as a special guest referee. All you diehards know exactly what I'm talking about. You remember the Blue Meanie as Blue Dust?
I remember him.
Okay.
I'm just kind of
okay. You're just like, dude, get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl, bye.
Thanks for coming. Jimmy Uso versus Tyson Kidd. We went on a rant last week on how the entire tag team division was buried by Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Tonight, this match starts, again, building up their story. They have a tag title match this Sunday, so this match makes perfect sense to happen. Out comes Rusev. Destroys Tyson Kidd and both Usos by himself.
Yeah.
Three tag team members can't beat one guy. Why? I understand you want to make Rusev look strong. I'm not against that.
This is moments like this where I sometimes feel like SmackDown's like a practice show.
Oh, why? It hurts my head.
Well, this might help you. April Skip says, we want Rosie for champ.
Thank you.
Look how happy you got for a second.
That belt's coming over here, finally.
That's cute. It won't.
We'll get to predictions shortly.
That's always I mean, it's something that they've always done, to be honest with you. And that doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. I think the worst was when I think La Resistance was the champs. And I think Batista, destroyed him and put the flag, implied it, and put it up their hoo-ha.
I remember times there were handicap matches for the tag titles. I think that was WCW. Mm-hmm. Where the one guy beat the tag team champions and won the tag titles by himself.
WCW don't count.
That's true.
Judy Bagwell was tag team champion in WCW.
And David Arquette was world heavyweight champion. Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler, because we got to keep going because we got some news and gossip and get predictions. So apparently,
Green Thunder is the man. he got
Green
my
Thunder.
Blue Dust.
You got a new friend in George.
I do.
So Kane and Big Show are out at ringside supporting Seth Rollins, and then magically during commercial break, Ryback and Eric Rowan show up.
Yeah.
And
Six man.
If we have the app, we would have seen it. Now here's what I want to know: Kane distracts Ziggler. Ryback and Rowan do nothing, and then Rollins wins the match. They didn't chase him. They didn't start brawling afterwards.
They were tired. I don't know.
What,
obviously, because Ryback, had just beat Kane, and Rowan just got beat up by the Big Show. He doesn't want to get beat up again. But, I mean, he did. But come on. That's why. But it was a good match for what it was. Ziggler and Rollins always deliver. Always. So it was a good match for regardless of the interference. But the typical building up toward the pay-per-view, people getting heat. The heels going over the faces.
But SmackDown ended with 6 guys brawling, none of which are currently on the card.
Interesting.
They probably tomorrow they're going to announce a 6-man tag match, but it's not announced as of yet. Mm-hmm. So it was so weird because after Ziggler got beat up, Ryback and Rowan kind of rolled him out of harm's way. Then Rowan got destroyed, and then Ryback got destroyed. 3 curb stomps, a couple choke slams, and a J&J security in a pear tree.
Yeah.
And that's how SmackDown goes off here.
SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, again, being that match hasn't been officially announced yet, why would your go-home show end with that?
I don't know.
That silence answers it. All right. Let's get into, there's a little bit of news and gossip going on. And in the world of sports entertainment. No, George, it's all right. It's just in your headphones. They're not around. Okay. So, we need to take a look at this photo because Vince McMahon, nearly 70-year-old Vince McMahon,
oh no,
once again is on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. Look at this man.
There's something called Photoshop, though.
I'm sure there's a little Photoshop in there, but still, this guy is more than double my age. And can snap me like a twig.
I will tell you something. If I saw this in front of me if I was laying in bed, I would not like it.
Well, he is nearly 70 years old. I mean, but that's for different reasons. But I mean, how does? Well, we can read the article probably to find out on how he does this. Because
it's so insane. Like just him being that. Anybody at 69 years old alone. I don't want to say should not look like that because obviously he should.
He's literally going to break that chain over his neck. Like if they kept film a video of it, it would have snapped.
That's insane.
And you see videos on Instagram. Triple H and Stephanie will put like little clips of them working out at like midnight, 1 a.m. in their home gym. I don't know how they do it with all the things that they got to deal with. They got the time to do all that. It baffles my mind.
Even Vince, like you always hear about him being a workaholic, clocking in at 6 a.m., leaving at midnight. Like, where does he work out?
Yeah, when does that take place?
I wonder if he has to do the wellness policy.
I need to get inspired by them.
Yeah. Now, the other thing, and this is, Seth Rollins could not have had this happen at a better time.
Yeah.
Because last week we kind of talked about some negative things about him. But then on Monday Night Raw, he made a reference saying he should take over the Daily Show, which is huge news. Jon Stewart, out of nowhere, announced he's going to be leaving the Daily Show soon. So this is big mainstream news. Seth Rollins brought it up on Raw, and Jon Stewart actually responded.
Love it.
We're going to play the response now. It's just over a minute long, but this is Jon Stewart being Jon Stewart with wrestling.
Seth Rollins, you made a lot of mistakes in your life. Being a turncoat for your brothers on the Shield.
Brothers on the Shield.
Being a toady for the Authority. Not being able to choose which color your hair should be. But this is the biggest mistake you ever made. By coming after the Daily Show. You just stepped in a world of hurt, my friend. A world of hurt that even your buddies at J&J Security aren't gonna be able to save you from. I'm coming for you, Rollins. And you're gonna see it. 160 pounds of dynamite. Obviously not dynamite. I mean, my bone density is not what it used to be. 160 pounds of wood, like a softwood, like a pine, like a pine.
Right.
Like a balsa, still splinters, that's gonna hurt. My point is, you messed with the wrong guy, and I'm coming. And that's money in the bank, my friend. We out.
I will pay $5,000 to see that match.
I also just noticed there's a Geek to Geek dating site.
That was
I
some
was looking at
ad.
the same thing.
There's some ad on the video.
I was like, wait a minute. All right.
But then to top it off, along with that, earlier today, Seth Rollins called out Jon Stewart on TMZ. This is getting this is the mainstream attention that WWE wants, especially Seth Rollins right now. If Seth Rollins next week appears on The Daily Show, or if by some
that'd be great.
Or by some crazy chance they have Jon Stewart show up on Raw, I mean, either one of those would be fantastic.
I agree.
And if Jon Stewart showed up on Raw, he would qualify just as much as Arnold Schwarzenegger to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. That's the scary thing.
Still waiting for Bob Barker to be in the Hall of Fame.
From his one-time guest hosting Raw. So that's our news and gossip for right now. Apparently, I don't have the details on it as of yet, but literally maybe over the last hour, apparently the trainer or the doctor for the WWE, his name is escaping me, the one who CM Punk called out,
Chris Heyman.
thank you, on the infamous Colt Cabana podcast, is now suing CM Punk Colt Cabana. I don't know much of the details on that as of now, but it was just being reported about an hour ago.
$1 million.
I don't know any details on that. Maybe we'll have more of those next week. But for now, we got to get into predictions. Because this Sunday... No, George, it's all in the headphones. The lights are flashing.
Blinking.
Yes, but the voice is in the headphones.
I hear voices in my head.
They talk to you?
They call to me.
This Sunday, Fastlane. Our buddy George over here, along with Steve Kaufman and Daniel Weiss, will be doing the pay-per-view AfterBuzz for you Sunday night. But we're going to get to our picks right now.
Is she not going to be there? You were there last time.
Maybe I'll be there.
Maybe Cora will show up.
Yeah.
Maybe if you ask her nicely.
Please. I won't make you do
Maybe
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Maybe I'll find you on Geek to Geek or something.
Hey, interesting. This conversation just got a whole lot more interesting. So we got 6 matches.
As of now.
Most likely 7 with that 6-man, but it hasn't been officially announced.
Is there a pre-show match? Or is that
pre-show is Miz TV.
With Paul Heyman?
Yep. That's all the pre-show is.
Okay.
So can't really do much of a prediction with that.
I predict how many times he's going to say, Brock Lesnar.
We're talking about the deal breaker? I mean, the tiebreaker?
We weren't talking about it yet, but that's a fair idea.
Sorry,
That's not a bad idea.
I'm not monitoring. Sometimes I can't multitask.
That's okay. No, Kaori had an idea for the tiebreaker. She would like us to pick the amount of times that Nikki adjusts her top during her match.
You say in a very clean fashion.
I say in the
This is a
PG
PG
fashion.
show, yeah. Come on.
No,
Seriously. They're watching.
So chat roll. If you like that, let us know now, because we'll need to know by the end of the show, because that's what we're going to have to go with, unless you come up with something better, because that's all we can come up with right now. So let's see. But first, let's get into the matches. Goldust versus Stardust. I'm so excited.
Stardust.
Oh, dear.
George says Stardust.
Let me see if Rome finally texts. And he did not. I will say Stardust.
I think Goldust is going to win this one somehow.
Okay.
I feel like it's not going to end here.
I guess he's not going to win the championship for the pay-per-view predictions, but go on.
Hey.
Well, you never know.
Or I'll be ahead.
Oh.
You know, hey, this Stardust could just get overly aggressive, and it could be a disqualification finish. Maybe. Goldust wins this time. WrestleMania be different.
Are you keeping tabs?
I'm gonna listen to this show and just redo it. Or just redo this part. Tag team titles on the line. The Usos defend against a team of Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Kidd and Cesaro have had a ton of momentum in the last few weeks, and I've actually been getting quite over with the fans as a new cohesive unit. Will they win the tag titles? I say no.
This whole entire time, I'm just going to go with my heart. I will say yes. Cesaro is going to win with his friend Tyson.
Wow! Corey predicts new tag champions. I say Usos retain.
I say Kidd and Cesaro are the new tag team champions.
What? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm either going to be in dead last or no one's going to be close to me.
Watch this step
One or the
away
other.
from you right now.
Divas title, Nikki versus Paige.
Again with my heart, Paige.
I really want Paige to win, but I think Nikki's going to win.
I think Nikki's going to win too, but...
So you're saying Nikki?
I say Nikki.
I think this match, I think, is the hardest one to pick out of all of them, Nikki versus Paige.
I think it's a no-brainer. I think Nikki's going to win. But I pick Paige because I'm going with my heart.
It's a no-brainer, but yeah, she's still picking Paige.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, but I'm going against a no-brainer.
I'm with Fastlane, I'm using my heart. I'm going to see how it works.
As opposed to...
Using my logic.
Oh, okay.
So you're
heart
saying,
and logic are two different things.
I don't know, so you're
Clearly.
so
Have you ever been
Corey.
in love?
What's that? So Corey, you're picking Paige.
Yes.
George, you're picking Nikki.
Nikki Bella.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm saying Paige.
Okay.
I'm saying Paige as well.
Okay.
Intercontinental. Is this Night of Champions? Because it just feels like that. Intercontinental title on the line. Bad News Barrett defends against Dean Ambrose. We said this is a lose-lose situation. I'm saying Barrett wins, which just makes Ambrose look terrible.
That's a really tough one for me. I'll let you go ahead.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for Dean Ambrose. Bad news, Barrett retains.
That was cute.
That's so hard because I like them both so much.
That's a good one. Tiebreaker should be how many times they will say the road to WrestleMania.
Oh, God. That's another good one, actually.
I'm going to go with Ambrose.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wait, to win the match, so regardless of DQ or count out, or new champion? Should that matter?
It's just win the match.
No, this is just to win whoever's announced the winner of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we can. Then it gets really sticky.
Don't get him too excited. He loves these scenarios.
I get cute with some of my picks sometimes.
So cute.
Should we pick how many times we think Nikki's going to adjust her top during the match? I'll say 8.
I was gonna pick 8.
Okay, then I'll say 9. You can keep 8.
I'll pick. Okay.
I'll just say 3. I'll keep it simple.
Okay.
I need to watch a previous Nikki match to see exactly what I'm dealing with.
Well, it's a pay-per-view, so she's probably going to have a new outfit on. So it's one of two things. It's either going to be like a little longer, so then she's not going to do it at all, or it's going to be even skimpier, and she's going to have to do it even more.
I doubt it's going to be more covered. It's a pay-per-view.
United States title on the line. Rusev defends against John Cena.
This is a tough one.
Will the
That's
streak...
a tough one.
Well, it's not really a streak, but hasn't been pinned or submitted. Will he finally be pinned or submitted at Fastlane?
Fucking shit. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that was good. I'm saying Rusev wins.
Excuse me, guys. I was stressed.
I guess we're just picking the winner.
Go. It's hard.
You go.
I'm having a hard time. Obviously, I accidentally cussed. I'm going to go with Cena.
I'm gonna
Now
go.
George has to
I'm gonna
pick one in
go.
between.
I'm gonna go Cena, but he doesn't win the belt.
That's fine, but he wins the match.
Yeah.
Okay. So I said Rusev, you two said Cena. There's a confrontation between Triple H and Sting. Not really anything to predict on it.
I think they're gonna in the confrontation. I think they're gonna announce a match for WrestleMania.
I agree. Yes.
Will there be any punches thrown in this confrontation?
I think Hunter hits him with a pedigree.
Really? You think Triple H will be the one standing? I like that. Finally.
What did you pick?
Well, that's not really a prediction for the confrontation. It's a confrontation.
But did you pick the Cena Rusev? Did
I
you?
picked Rusev.
Okay.
Rusev somehow crush.
Okay.
Somehow. And finally, for the honor and the privilege to get their asses kicked by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns.
Oh, God. I feel like it's going to end up being all 3 of them in the ring at WrestleMania somehow. But go ahead, because I said.
There's so many scenarios.
I know,
There are a lot of scenarios.
know.
I'm just going to play it simple and say Roman Reigns wins.
Okay.
And they're actually going to keep it as is, Reigns versus Lesnar. And Daniel Bryan will not be in the main event.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan. And it's gonna be him and Lesnar in the main event.
Just 1-on-1, not triple threat?
See, I somehow think the triple threat's going to happen anyway. I'm going to say Daniel Bryan's going to... No, I'll say, Daniel Bryan. Fuck it. I mean...
You go to your room.
I get stressed.
You've done this show for 2 years now.
Rosie doesn't like it.
Now we have to put the E on the iTunes for explicit.
I didn't fully say it. Okay.
Yes, you did.
No, I said F you, and I didn't say the CK.
No, we didn't hear that.
Now you just spelled it.
Oh my
now
God.
you just spelled it.
Okay, come on, guys.
I apologize to all the children that listen to our show.
Spotlight on this, and I'm saying Daniel Bryan.
All right, both of you said Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
I say Roman Reigns. Those are our picks. We will have on Sunday the AfterBuzz TV Twitter. We'll tweet out everyone's picks, and you can see them, keep score, and you can cheer along with me as I win that predictions title. But in the meantime,
if you want to start hashtagging ABTV Fastlane as well too.
just start doing that now. Actually, that's a great idea. ABTV Fastlane.
That's true.
And you can keep chatting with us, even though we're going off the air. You can keep the conversation going. Kaori Takee, how can people reach out to you and then, exchange curse words with you?
No, I don't want to exchange curse words. I do apologize for that. I got stressed out. I don't want to lose this to him.
She's worried that the title's leaving her.
Because I went with my heart, and that's never a good idea, as you guys know. So follow me at Kaorius, KORIOUS, Twitter and Instagram.
You can follow me at Hermoza, GHERMOZA, at Twitter, on Instagram. Hashtag. I don't know.
Okay.
Hashtag ABTV Fastlane for you, because it'll be doing that on
ABTV
Sunday.
SmackDown, ABTV Fastlane.
Northridge.
Northridge, what? CSUN, Matadors. What? I went to CSUN for college.
There you go. And you can follow me on Twitter at Real Rosenberg. This what today is? Today's Thursday. This Saturday, the 21st, that's a date. Insane Wrestling League presents Toxic Masculinity in Baldwin Park, California. I'll be calling the action. You can find out all the info for that by following @InsaneWL on Twitter. Also, this Monday night at 11:30, I'll be performing at iOS Improv Olympic. And, of course, for all your AfterBuzz TV news, gossip, and recaps, follow them on Twitter @AfterBuzzTV. Thanks so much for tuning in. Enjoy Fastlane on Sunday. For Kaori Takee and Mr. George Hermoza, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.